जय श्री माता जी। हम सभी श्री माता जी के श्री चरणों में प्रणाम करके अपनी कुंडलिनी उठाकर बंधन लेंगे। We will all bow down at the lotus feet of Shri Mata Ji, raise our kundalini and put ourselves in bandhan. इसी ध्यान की स्थिति में अब हम सब श्री माता जी की अमृत वाणी को सुनेंगे. In this meditative state, let us now listen to Shri Mata Ji's Amrit Vani.
संध्याकाळी सकाळचं होतं कधी करणार, कारण मुलांना शाळेतलं सुट्टी असायला पाहिजे तुमचं करायला सुद्धा, आणि त्यांची जी काही फीज असेल वगैरे ते सगळं तुम्हाला, म्हणजे आमचं त्याच्यात काही नाही. तुम्ही जेव्हा म्हणा तेव्हा तुम्ही स्वतः विचार करून मला दिवस कळवा. पण असं आहे की मुलं त्यावेळेला भेटायला पाहिजेत. संध्याकाळच्या वेळेला मुलं मिळतील, पण किंवा सकाळी शनिवार रविवार, म्हणून मी शनिवार म्हटलं तर कधी म्हणा. फक्त आमच्या सोमवारी आणि गुरुवारी 2 प्रोग्राम्स होतात. कधी तुम्ही केलं तरी चालेल, कारण असं आहे की हे सगळे जातात प्रोग्रामला. बाकी तुम्हाला हा चांगला हॉल आहे. माझी अशी इच्छा आहे की आपलं इंडियन आर्ट या देशामध्ये यायला पाहिजे, लोकांना समजलं पाहिजे. दुसरं काही त्याच्यात हेतू नाही. त्याचं जे काय असेल ते तुम्ही चालवा, तो क्लास तुम्ही त्याचे पैसे करायचे, तुम्हाला काही भाडं द्यावं लागणार नाही, काही नाही सगळं. फक्त तिथून इथे यायचं आणि आपला क्लास इथे जो आम्ही तुम्हाला ॲडव्हर्टायझिंग करून देऊ इथे जेवढं करता येईल आम्हाला तेवढं. आणि तुम्ही थोडं जे काय तुम्हाला बोलायचं असेल ते पुष्कळ इंडियन्स राहतात बालांमध्ये, पण पर्यायाने त्यांना मग सहयोग यायला पाहिजे. नंतर येईलच, कारण इथे येतील ॲटमॉस्फिअरला. तर त्याच्यात आमचा काही हेतू नाही आहे, फक्त आपल्या कलेला वाढ द्यायची. बरं, ही गोष्ट. देन वी वॉन्टेड टू टॉक टू पीपल फ्रॉम से France or wherever they want to arrange program and all that. So I would say that all such people who would like to arrange program this year or next year anywhere should contact him and take his address, write to him and find out from him this year or next year. And I would gradually give him idea as to how to prepare on the lines of Kundalini and all that, so that you can arrange his program and he can be paid for his program and all that. But you see, by that doing so, that you give them the essence, really the essence of our art, and the whole idea about how the Shavataras have come and what is the thing. त्याचं तत्व समजून घेतलं पाहिजे, so that you see we can spread. फक्त एवढंच असतं की सहयोगाने जेव्हा प्रोग्राम होईल तेव्हा थोडंसं थीम वरती आम्ही आपल्याला
ह्या 12 ऑगस्टला मी हॉलंडला चाललो होतो. तुझं हॉलंडच्या जवळ कोणती जागा असेल त्यांना सहज पडेल, कारण
आता 12 ऑगस्टला I don't know if they can arrange so early or not. But he's going to Holland on the 12th of August. ते सगळं काय आपण हे आम्ही पत्र घ्यायला शकते, आपण बोलून घ्या त्याच्याशी. Now another thing is in England itself, like Birmingham and all these places, to spread Sahaja Yoga, one of the ways is to present it in a dance drama. I see, is a good idea to present the Kundalini, the whole Avtara, the whole how God has created the universe and all these things. If you put it through some such media, it's more entertaining and it goes into the mind much more easily through emotional, we should say, upheaval in a personality. So that could be done also. And also I've asked some poets who are very good singers who said that they would like to do it. But only problem with them is that the language, you see, with the Western people, they can understand dance. They can understand, say, drama to some extent. But other things, because this is audio visual, other things are not such successful things. So we'll try that, but first let us try with the dance, and I'll work out themes with them, even in Australia or anywhere, Birmingham, anywhere. Even Indians would like to come to such a place. So we can work it out, and that's the way we are going to sort of propagate about Sahaja. Alright?
The evolution of Kundalini.
Evolution of Kundalini, I will go to tell him. I'll sit down with him, I'll explain to him, talk to him, tell him all about it, the relationship of the incarnations, how the incarnations have gone. It's a new theme altogether, Navina's dimension, I think. I will talk to him and tell him all about it. One day we'll sit down and then we'll sort it out. If not this year, next year. And whatever it is, he'll prepare it. It's not difficult for him to maneuver it. It's very simple. See, maneuvering is not difficult for him at all. It's a manipulation of the theme. But theme has to be given to him, that's all. That I'll manage, but you find out. Like in Cambridge or anywhere. आणि त्याशिवाय तुम्ही जर कोणत्या समजा गावाला गेलात, पॅरिसला गेलात, कुठे गेलात, तर तिथले इतर ऑर्गनायझेशन्स आहेत, त्यांनी तुम्हाला बोलवतो, तुम्ही त्या एक प्रोग्राम याला द्या फक्त. बाकी तुम्हाला कोणी बोलवतील तर तिथे आपण जायचं, म्हणजे कसं ते प्रोपोगेट होत राहणार आपलं सुद्धा. ठीक आहे ना?
म्हणूनच सांगितलं हॉलंडला ते जातं.
He is going to Holland on the 12th of August. And he could go easily to Paris or someplace close by.
We could be available that weekend before 12th is Janmashtami, Thursday, and Saturday before that is around 9th or 8th. Between 9th and 11th we can do
See now,
weekend.
Paris people can think about it. If it is possible, you take his address, upon address in there, and his phone number. Alright? That's one of the media which will really be very good to communicate.
Yes, Mother.
And also we should discuss how much we are going to organize, how much we are going to pay, whatever it is, that is between you and him. I have nothing to do.
Be wonderful to celebrate.
More than anything, I will do that for Mother's blessing. As you are talking about the finance, but I said more than that, I am looking for Mother's blessing.
We have understood this and our reaction shows it, but this still belongs to the rules of the game, that it should be all absolutely settled and just and all right.
Nobody is to be exploited in further. आमच्याकडे कोणाला exploit नाही.
You should absolutely get your own.
So no exploitation is to be done. Nothing of the kind, because you see, nobody needs money. Nobody needs. This is a place the government has given us free in a way. आमच्याकडे सगळं मुफत करूया, आम्ही काम करतो आणि आमचं सगळं मुफतासारखं सुरू आहे. So you see, that is, but nobody should suffer on account of Sahaja Yoga. That's one of the principles. So many principles there are, and one of them was not to do anything illegal, and some people put the posters. It's nice they have paid the fines.
But once that his production is up to what he desires to be, and that he expresses something on Kundalini, it could be taken on video and be circulated on this basis also with some kind of financial arrangement, that's also a possibility.
You can do it.
Because it's really
once I prepare the whole theme, talk to him, I will tell him about Kundalini, everything. He must get his realization fully. And then I'll explain to him everything. मुझे तो levelist तुमसे बेकार होना है. Alright? It's a beautiful combination. He's from Maharashtra and she's from Bengal. See, beautiful. Both countries are, both provinces very much gifted with art, you see. But Bengal is another art, and what art he is performing is from UP. Can you imagine? It's a very good combination.
We're very fortunate to have met them, Mother.
It's all Sahaja.
My fortune.
We suddenly discovered him. I don't know how, still I don't remember how we discovered him suddenly. काय झालं कसं झालं आम्ही आलो माहित नाही. सहयोग झाला. काय समजलं I just don't remember what happened really, how we got there.
You rang Gavin,
So how divided you think? तुम्हाला कसा पत्ता लागला?
Somebody telephoned me and said the Holy Mother would like to come, and I was so excited. I felt something, and I immediately got. I said yes, I will do anything. So you must come, and then I telephoned the organizers, and I spoke to them, and I told them that anything they are doing, even if I have to buy the tickets for everybody, so I would like them to come. The organizer said, "No, I shouldn't buy on that part." And that's how it came. And then we performed in Wandsworth, and we saw Mother was there, and her followers. And that's
I think Varadarajan told someone. Varadarajan is the person responsible. Perhaps. He's another very fine soul. So any other questions for my travelling and all that we'll discuss about it. Later.
Could I ask a
Yes.
It's really on behalf of my wife Patricia, but she's probably not thought of it. The cool breeze in the mouth. Because when Pat gets angry with people who doubt you, and she shouts at them, she gets a cool breeze in the mouth.
Good. That's the divine flowing. Yes. If they doubt you, better shout. Because these are the bhoots that doubt. Okay? If somebody is a very sensitive person, I went to buy some toys in the shop. And just like that, you know. While my husband has a big car and a chauffeur and all that, he had been there before. And that day I just went with Nick in our car. And the fellow, the salesman, suddenly, I don't know what happened to him. He asked Nick, "Who is this lady?" So why? It's a feeling. Some majesty is walking into it. I mean, any shop must be getting also His Majesty the Queen might be, Her Majesty the Queen might be walking or somebody. I said, "Really? What is he saying to you?" I said, "Mother, he wants to know about it." Very insistent. Somehow or other, he is absolutely spellbound. I said, "All right, then tell him." Well, he was not impressed by anyone else so far. So it's the sensitivity of a person. And if the person is doubting all the time, then must know that there's something wrong. I have seen surgeries when they go out, they start saying things which are something I can't believe. So the doubting comes from them, and sometimes if you shout, will help. Maybe. When the full breeze starts coming, the Kundalini, it becomes one, becomes the Vani is what? Language. Vani is
Vani,
Vani.
le langage. Vani, le speech.
Language, yes, speech. It becomes speech. First it is para, you know that, para pashanti, madhyama and all that, and then it becomes the Vani, Vaikari, when it speaks.
Donc la question c'est, est-il possible?
That means you are blessed by the divine. All the deities are happy with you. Shri Ganesha especially is very happy.
Quand vous enguirlandez quelqu'un qui s'oppose ou qui doute Mataji, Shri Ganesha est très content.
And that Shri Krishna is out now with his Sudarshana. That means that also with my Vishuddhi. It's great to get the full breeze from the mouth is a good thing. But you are so correct in Sahaja Yoga. You have been. The way you settled down was remarkable, a great quality, isn't she?
Yes.
It's a great quality. I mean, you are an actress, you have been an actress, and for an actress to suddenly take to Sahaja Yoga like that is something remarkable. I can't imagine. Magda is another one. Both of you. It's great, remarkable, great quality.
Thank you for my wife, Mother.
David Prawl brought her, he brought me. He had a horrible experience of Sahaja Yoga. ते तर एकदम उडाले 20 फूट. त्याचे महेश्वरांनी मंत्र घालून ठेवलेले. वेड्यावर होणार ते. सगळ्यांना लुटून ठेवलेले. इथे किती असे लोक त्यांना एपिलेप्सी झाली की त्यांना हे शोधायचं नाही. सारे पैसे घेतले, एक मंत्र दिला, ठिंगाचा मंत्र दिला आणि 300 पाऊंड घेतले प्रत्येकाकडे. इतके साधे लोक आहेत. असे सगळ्यांना मूर्खात काढून आले. स्वतःचे 5-5 बायका ठेवलेल्या आहेत, एरोप्लेननी जातात, त्यांना काही समजतच नाही. संत साधू कसे असतात, बिचारे आपले पैशावर कसे येतील. एक तर ड्यूकची मुलगी आहे, ती रस्त्यावर आले त्याने लुटून डुबाडून खाऊन घेतले हिंदुस्थानातले लोक. ते भामटे आलेले आहेत, भयंकर. साधे लोक आहेत, त्यांना समजत. एका त्याला रोल्स रॉयस पाहिजे तरी 58 रोल्स रॉयस घेतला येतो आणि मला म्हणे 59th पाहिजे. तो उपाशी राहून त्याच्यासाठी विचाराने घेतली. तो बालयोगी आणि रक्तबीजाचा अवतरण येते, रक्तबीज साक्षात. तुमचा साईबाबा जो आजकाल आले, म्हणजे पूर्वीचे सोड आपले हे जे साईबाबा म्हणून आले ते महिषासुराचे अवतरण आहे. पक्का दिसतोच बा म्हशीसारखा बघा तुम्ही. आणि त्यांचे महाभक्त आहे श्रीराम तुमची. एवढी भक्ती करतो त्याची, काय त्याच्या दया नाही आहे का माणसाला. असले गुरु ठेवून फायदा काय. Yes.
Mother, why does Shri Ganesha hold the rope and the goals?
Otherwise we will do the job. Especially in Scotland. When they are drunk from 12 o'clock onwards. Shri Ganesha has to use all that.
To beat them with it, Mother.
Scotland आहे आश्रम तिथे.
Mother, I have a naive question, but at first, here in French, my English is so poor. Je voulais savoir s'il n'est pas un peu dangereux et risqué. Je suis troublé de l'importance qu'ont des noms comme Durga, comme Kali, etc. J'en vois pas encore clairement le symbolisme et je me demande si c'est pas risqué de jongler avec Malakala, Bhairav, Dura.
Okay, I give you his background first. He's a journalist and he has a lot inquired in spiritual field. And his question at this stage...
From Switzerland.
From Switzerland, yes. And his question, that doesn't... his question is that he is a little bit... He cannot relate to the fact that we use so much personified deities. Durga, Bhairava...
They are
not. Durga and Bhairava are not demons, I'm sorry. But I mean... so he does not understand all the personal aspect of the deities.
C'est juste.
Il n'y a pas de danger à jongler avec.
Is it not dangerous to play with all this?
No, not at all. You see, first you understand them, then you will know. But it is dangerous if you don't know their protocol, what they represent, then it will be dangerous. But in Sahaja Yoga, they know that you are ignorant. They know you are children. They forgive you. They look after you. They play some tricks, that's all. What's it? They've answered it. Now what I'm saying, that in Sahaja Yoga, as I've told you today, that they should not run into any conclusions. It's for them, if it is a hypothesis, all right, hypothesis. Come along, see for yourself, work it out, because it's a new dimension into which you are coming. As I've told, that it's not a mental projection, it's not just a conception, it's what it is. So please keep your eyes open, come inside and see for yourself everything verified. And this is a dangerous time, because once you become realized, you start doubting, and that's the time you get out. So you have to be very steady, because that's the seedling time. That's the seedling time. Now there is a centripetal force and a centrifugal force in Sahaja Yoga.
No.
So by one force you are attracted and by another you are thrown away into a tangent.
No.
So by staying in it you oblige yourself, you do not oblige anybody else. It is an obligation on yourself. Alright?
What to do when you are in a sentimental mood?
What to do when you are in a romantic mood? I think that's the question.
Then warrior is too young for that. You see, romantic mood is also not a bad thing. It's not bad at all. It's one of the moods of God Himself. There's nothing wrong. But you cannot be all the time with everyone in a romantic mood. It's only with your wife you can be. And you have no wife, so I don't know how you see, perverted romance is not romance at all. It's not romance, perverted. Its romance is with your wife, in privacy, in all sacredness. Such complications have been created out of romance these days that I'm shocked. It's a psychological, they have become psychopaths with this kind of a romance, that's all. I mean, amazingly, it's so funny that I just can't understand how human beings can get into such a nonsensical state. I mean, when I talk to people who are patients, I'm amazed. Is there any, please, what's happening about your thesis?
I'm just coming along with it. This year.
What else? No question. Who's there?
This is Isabel.
Yes, Isabel, what is it? Not in Italian.
She would like to know, what is your dearest desire now?
Mine?
Yes.
You don't know I'm desireless. Really, I'm desireless. I don't know what is my desire. I'm sorry.
Mother, but you are the desire of somebody, so...
Yes, I am the desire of somebody. So, ask the person. You see, whatever is Purna, is complete, has no desire. Only thing one can think of, that you all become complete. But that cannot be a desire, that can be a blessing. If you accept the blessings, you will become. That's what it is. It's a question of your freedom, whether you want to accept it or not. If you don't want to accept, I cannot force. But to me, the greatest blessing that you should ask is that you should become complete. When you become blissful, how can you have desires? When you become the giver, how can you have desires? You just give, you can't take anything. So what can you desire? Yes, John? That's it.
Mataji, may we have a
Did somebody? No,
may we have
Which
a puja for Janmashtami on the 12th?
Yes, of course. Somebody is becoming a great pujari now. He gives 1,000 names of Shri Ganesha today and 1,000 names of Guru. हमें आज के लिए इतने 1,000 names of Shri Ganesha and 1,000 names of Guru we did. I mean, it's a tremendous thing to do.
सर्वजोगामध्ये कोणी एकच देवाचं असेल?
नाही, सर्वदेव, सगळे धर्म, सगळे, सगळ्यांचं आहे. त्यांचा संबंध आपापसात काय आहे, आत्म्याचा संबंध काय आहे, प्रत्येक म्हणजे मोहम्मद साहेबांना मी फार मानतो, सगळ्यांना मानतो. ते सगळे आपल्याला समजावून सांगेल काय रिलेशनशिप वगैरे आहे ते त्यांचे, ते कोण आहेत, त्यांचा जन्म काय झाला, कोण कोणाचे काय, सगळे रिलेशनशिप्स आहेत ते आपापसात. त्यांची मुलगी कोण होती, ती पूर्वजन्मी कोण होती, त्यांची मुलं कोण, ते काय झाले, कसं काय, ते सगळं आपलं त्यांचं चालू आहे सगळं. क्राइस्टने म्हटलंय दोज आर नॉट अगेन्स्ट मी आर विथ मी, पण ते कोण? क्राइस्ट. क्राइस्ट म्हणजे महाविष्णूच अवतार आहे. ते सगळं मी सांगेन आपल्याला. So who said? Did you say something?
I didn't know.
You did put your hand up? No. Somebody there? Ricardo. Yeah?
Rodrigo.
This is Rodrigo. Yeah?
Rodrigo, sorry.
Yes, sorry.
Mother, I would like to ask you, what is the difference between the silence of the central part and the love and devotion that came from the left heart?
The difference between the silence of Sushumna and the love and devotion of the left side. What is the difference? What is the connection? Sorry.
The love on the left heart.
When left heart is a thing of emotions, you can say, or we can say it is the seat of the spirit. Alright? And spirit is silence. If you mean left heart means spirit. Spirit is silence. It's at the axis. At the axis. What do you say to the axis in French?
L'axe.
In Lille, it was in May, last May, you said we didn't have to work on people, on new people. We should work, you said, with our attention only. But I don't know, I feel that I have to work on the people.
Robert, you are alright. You should work with your hands, with everything. It was meant for some other people. You see, some people who are not yet done, who are not alright, who are half-baked, they start working, they'll have problems, they'll give me problems, you see. It's alright for you, you're perfect, you are really great. You came out of that horrible Rajneesh and you have achieved such a thing. I must say, it's congratulations to you 10 times. You are a real seeker. You are a real seeker. It's tremendous. So whatever I say to others is not meant for you, it's for mediocres. You can do whatever you like. Depends on, you see. Everybody cannot. Suppose you don't know how to cook and somebody asks you to cook, what will you make out of it? so I must have warned them. And then is very mediocre, very mediocre. We have one person there, great. The rest is all nonsense.
But you know, Mother,
Kathy's husband.
I invited them to Ghent, and there was a program, and they spoke, and I translated, and it was great. There were about 40 people got their realization.
Good. I'll make it one day Belgium somehow. In between, I'll find out. 1 or 2 days when I come back from Russia. Alright?
Mother, not before you come to Yorkshire.
That's fine? That's it?
Not before you come to Yorkshire.
Not before you come to Yorkshire.
I really don't know how I'm placed with anything. I have to again go through that, what you have written. Because it's so many times changed that you can't imagine. So we have to go through it again and sort it out. Of course, I'm coming to Yorkshire. All right, that's promised. Now, I would say that we have to sit down in my room to sort out my program. Any suggestions for program, if you have to give, you tell me. Or should I do one thing today, we sort it out and let him put it up on the notice board, and then you tell me what you want me to change.
Mother, I think for us it's very...
I mean, you have got...
We made a provisional arrangement for August for you, Mother. If you like, we could discuss it and put it up while people are still here, so that it can be...
That's what I'm saying, today we'll do it.
Yes.
Sit down and do it, alright? You're on?
I have, because I'm leaving tomorrow morning early, so I'd like to be sure...
Early in the morning?
Yes.
What time?
My flight is at 10 o'clock.
Oh.
So I would like to be sure that the 25th of September...
I'm going to Vienna. Done.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Mother, can you speak to us about the signification of the story of Adam and Eve?
You are facing the Pope recently. What's the problem about it?
I think it would interest the Italians.
I don't know the story, you tell You see, Bible was written from the extracts that people received from the unconscious. It is not the complete books, we cannot say, have come through meditative effort, meditative expressions or manifestations. Well, for example, a person like St. Paul to be included in Bible. I mean, I don't know what is the justification, what is the authority, how could you do it? He was not a realized soul, you can see that very clearly.
Par exemple, Saint Paul n'était pas réalisé. Madame, in the story of Adam and Eve, there is one point which maybe I may just mention, is that all mankind is suffering from one first sin. This first sin is that there was a tree in the garden of paradise, and this is Kundalini.
Alright.
So it is Anadikar Kundalini, the first sin.
Anadikar Cheshta.
Anadikar Cheshta. Okay. So le premier péché de l'humanité qui voulait être expliqué par cette histoire du péché original, c'est la conscience, c'est le savoir non autorisé, du soi-distinct gauche.
Also, well, may I make another point about the story of the Garden of Eden? Garden of Eden is Muladhara, it's like a Muladhara, innocence.
Alright.
And also the other point is that you cannot eat of the tree of knowledge until you've eaten of the tree of life.
Authorized.
You are not authorized. Tree of life is the Kundalini, tree of knowledge is like the Vidya. You cannot eat of the tree of knowledge until you've eaten of the tree of life. That's why it's forbidden.
It's Anadikar. It has to write. Today is the time you can eat. What do they understand? They don't understand. It is such a symbolic thing, the whole thing is. Like I will appear before you like tongues of flames. Now ask them what is it? Will they be able to? Tree of life itself they cannot explain. It is too symbolic for a Western mind. all right for Indians. They don't understand symbolism because they are too direct.
Rose.
I don't say that.
Ils sont trop directs.
Now, for example, why do you worship a flag? It's a symbol, isn't it? Respect a flag. Why? It's a symbol. But now the main thing that has happened in the West through this mental projection, which is another horrible attack, is that have no respect for anyone whatsoever. Have no respect.
Well, I think there is someone a bit... You're fine, okay, good. Thank you. Some people were worried about it, it's all right.
So, you see, what is the attack is, in the mental way, what you have done is attacked the very basis of respect, because respect is not a concrete gross stuff. And they say if you respect someone, that means you have certain weakness. It's the worst thing that can happen to human beings. I mean, if they do not know how to respect, they are not even human beings, I would say. So how will they understand any symbols? Our Bible is a thing which is given to people who don't understand symbolism. But still, I mean, they have raised so many churches, things out of that. I don't know what they are up to. I don't know. That the priest puts a bread in the mouth. This is the flesh of Christ to eat. I mean, this is too much, isn't it?
They believe it, mother.
You want to eat his flesh? Already you have crucified him, now you want to eat his flesh or what? Just think of it, it's absurd.
It's pas...
What's the matter?
I think he shakes a little bit. Should he put a hand outside, madam?
Alright. It's alright. You come here down here. You can put your left hand outside. Left hand towards me, right hand outside. Yes. He's been to some guru or someone.
Yes, it's going.
Alright, don't matter. Put your left hand towards me, right hand outside. So we got a markhani. So go ahead. Vishuddha ka pata, tata sthiti. Help him a little.
You put the left hand to the mother and the right hand outside.
Just help him. Yeah.
It's not a question, it's just to say that our mother is really too simple for us. Sorry?
I'm a very simple person. I should have two horns here, is it? Everything that is normal is simple. I don't know what is to be proud of. I don't understand. I mean, what is there? Whatever I am. What is there to be proud of it? You may be proud because you have achieved something. I have achieved nothing. I have achieved nothing. Whatever I am like this. So what is there to be proud of? Who could be proud? All right.
Why?
Because you have achieved. You were not born with this awareness. You have achieved something, you can be proud. But why should I be? I have to be simple. Absolutely, it's the simplest thing. त्यांना हे नाही समजत कितक्या साध्या कशा मागत काहीतरी तोरा मिळवला पाहिजे मिळवला पाहिजे. Whatever you say, I will do that. Become a little complicated. Yeah, I'm not so simple as you think. Especially you know that very well. Sankalpa vikalpa karoti. Alright? So be careful. It's all the camouflage.
Faites attention, soyez prudents, parce que cette forme que vous voyez n'est qu'un camouflage.
So well done.
Yes, madam. Well, still, what should we be proud of? Because even that by which we please you comes from you.
You see, but what I'm saying, you can at least feel that you have achieved something, isn't it? Something achieved, isn't it? If that means pride. Pride comes because you achieve something in life. Here I have not achieved anything whatsoever.
I understand.
See, if I have to be proud, I can be proud of my Sahajogis. But they themselves have achieved, so they are more proud than me. How can I be more proud than them? But good to have pride. There's a difference between vanity and pride. Pride means you have achieved really something and you're proud of it. And vanity means you have achieved nothing and you are proud.
La fierté, c'est que vous avez vraiment réalisé quelque chose et vous en êtes fier. Et la vanité, c'est que vous n'avez absolument rien fait et vous êtes fier quand même.
Just came and slept here? Yes? They don't need them in that state, so they can feel it.
I'm asking you to come off his time, which is okay.
That's it.
Could it not be that you've earned your position in this
What's
life?
it?
Could it not be that you have earned what you are in this life?
Nothing doing, you see. I've been zero and I'm zero, I will be zero. Absolutely.
La question était, de ce petit peu que vous avez achevé vous avez progressé jusqu'au niveau où vous êtes. Et Mataji a dit, il n'en est pas question. Zéro j'étais, zéro je suis, zéro je serai.
Well, I wish to know something about compassion and charity. If it's correct, I can go to understanding, good interpreting. Did you have said to somebody that it's not essential, it's not necessary to the faire de l'aide humanitaire en droit
Okay. He would like to know the difference between compassion and charity, because he heard that you suggested that humanitarian actions are not necessarily good.
No. I didn't say they are not good, but that is, see what I'm saying, that when you become realized, say what I am now, say I cure somebody, supposing, so-called. So what do? I just put my hand, a person gets cured, alright? Now I didn't cure him, nothing of the kind. What happens? He's part and parcel of my being. Who is the other? When there is no feeling of other, then there is compassion. It just flows. It's part and parcel within yourself that you cure someone. Because something within you is suffering, you just cure it. It's for yourself, you don't do it for others. There's nobody the other. Who is the other? This is compassion. And the basis of charity is wrong, because somebody is the other. Like we have one lady in India who has now received a Padma Shri or something.
Red Cross?
Red Cross. She's received the highest, some Nobel Prize or something. I don't know. All right. Yes. Now this lady, if you see her, you'll be amazed. She's beyond redemption, I tell you. She's so hot-tempered. Wow. You can't talk to her. She gives such hot vibrations, her kundalini is frozen down. And she gets a Nobel Prize. What she does? She collects money from people, gets some poor people in the house, keep them there. they die so-called under her care. All right. That is not God's job. That's your job. That's human being's job. You have created poverty. You have created problem. Why did the English went to India? Why did they go to India to rule us? We have become poor now. We better pay for it. Are English willing to pay for what they have done? To rectify? On the contrary, they don't even allow Indians to come down here. You see? Who has done this? Who has created the poverty? It is you, the human beings. You better correct it yourself. God has nothing to do with it. And then you develop egos. Oh, we have done this. We have done this charity. We have brought this. Forefathers of this Madam Teresa only did all this in Bengal. That's why people are poor, and now this woman is taking the credit for it. She has nothing in her. She is absolutely a hot pan, you know. Little water you pour on her, she'll dissolve. Very hot temper. She made such a fuss one day when I was traveling by plane. You can't imagine. She was jumping from here to there, there to there. She stopped the plane, she did everything, she wanted the front seat because she was Madam Teresa. That time she didn't have a Nobel Prize. And there were 2-3 sick people who were traveling, but she wouldn't listen. I was in the same plane, horrible. I said, who is this horrible woman? She said, I am Mother Teresa. He said, whatever mother you may be, but these people are sick and you better sit at the back because this seat is reserved for her. And she wouldn't allow the plane to. Such a ego-oriented woman.
But they do good works, Mother. They do good works.
So-called. First you create a problem and then do it and then have Nobel Prizes for that. Alright? And then be satisfied you have done great jobs. I tell you, only because she's a Catholic she has got this Nobel Prize thing. This is absolutely menial job. It's menial, it's Shudra. This is Shudra Samstha. It's a collective sin. It's a collective sin, you see. Collective sin. It's colonization is a collective sin.
Yes. Elle parle de la colonisation.
Colonization is a collective sin, all right?
Colonization is a collective sin.
All right. It's a collective sin. Now when you committed a sin and whatever the wages of the sin are, to rectify it you form another organization out of which one person goes and helps those people. All right? When you help them, and then the same organization gives her a Nobel Prize. It's a big joke going on. You see the point?
All the colonization books are getting up.
Who asked that? Who asked these Spaniards to go and completely finish all the South Africans and South Americans? See, and now, you see, it is such a drama. This is like you see, you have a what you call that, a climax and an anti-climax. You see, it's like this. First of all, you have the climax of destruction, and then an anti-climax. What is there to help? Only the spirit is to be helped. That's God's work. I asked somebody why the Christians took to missionary work. So they told me that when Christ was to be crucified, before that Mary Magdalene brought some expensive oil, wanted to anoint his feet with that. And this Peter the Great, you see, he said that why do you want to waste this precious oil on his feet? Why not give it to the poor? So Christ said, these poor are forever, means that's a headache forever, alright? But I am for a short time. That means spiritual life is for a short time. That doesn't mean by any chance that you have to make poor suffer. It doesn't mean by any chance. But you create poverty and disparities and you try to correct them is your own game, is the game of human beings. God has nothing to do with it. It has no spiritual significance, I mean to say. Can you explain? Sahaja Yoga is going to work out for the people of middle path. Neither for the very rich, they are already doomed forever, and nor for the very poor, which may be saved later.
Sahaja Yoga est pour les gens middle class.
That's an abuse in English language, you see. In India, middle class means the class which looks after the virtues, looks after the values, looks after all the traditions of the country. That is the middle class. Is the most precariously placed class is middle class in India. But this is a funny country. I ask them why middle class is so bad, because they don't pay their taxes. In India, the rich don't pay the taxes. How can the middle class cannot pay the taxes? Most of them are bureaucrats, and the government takes away the taxes before they get their pay. I don't know why this idea of middle class is existing here. Here the kings and the queens had no morality. Who would like to be of their category, I don't understand. But this is what it is. They have condemned somebody as middle class. I don't know why they condemn. Poor middle class is the one which is trying to keep all the traditions of the world. But, so it is for the middle path. Like the river flows in the center, and when it is increased in size, it engulfs both the sides in it. So maybe some rich might come, like Rajesh has now joined us, or somebody like that. May come, some rich people may be there. But it is the poor who will be helped the most of all with Sahaja Yoga later on, because they don't have to pay for their curing, they don't have to have problems with money. Once yoga is established, Shema will be established, like that. So many things can be done. I'll give you an example of Moneshwar's father, Patil. He was a poor man, and he came to Sahaja Yoga, he got his realization. And then every time he used to bring a very nice garland for me, all the way from Kalwa, which is about 10 miles away from Bombay. So I told him, why do you spend so much money every time for a garland? He said, Mother, with your grace, now I'm well off. I was amazed. Then he told me that he had a plot of land which he was using for tilling and all that, which was not yielding much price to him. But one day a rich man came to him and he said that this soil is very good now, and if you can allow me to use this clay, I can make nice bricks. And he has started paying me for that clay. As Krishna said, Yogakshema Mahanyam, see this grand place that you have got, the hotel you had, the big money, can you forget all these things? What you got out of nothing? Somebody told me today, this ambassador, that his daughter is educating herself, and she's staying in YMCA, where the food is wretched, and the room is to be shared. There's no bathrooms at all, few bathrooms, it's terrible condition, and she has to pay 30 pounds per week. 30 pounds per week. Can you imagine? Count your blessings one by one. May God bless you all. So I'll take your leave, because I have to discuss these things and then I have to go home. Alright? But Baba, तुम्ही असं करा, आपला पत्ता इथे तुम्ही for this place, Mr. What's his name is? Nicholas, where are you? How is your Swadhisthana now? Better? Alright. So you give the address and everything to him. Now those people who would like to write to me Kanapapada should take down the address of Mr. Pawar from the notice board and should write to him if you have any idea of arranging any program this year or next year, whatever it is. Alright, so you take his address, all of you. Will you please take down his address and contact him? I've given him already the idea that one of the weekdays he can come here and teach dancing to people in this hall, one of the days when it is suitable to you and to him. And we can call people from outside here, we can advertise also, so that a contact and a record is established. And he can charge them what he wants and he can teach them. Only for surgeries he may give some concession. Of course you are not going to start dancing, are you? All the people under 10 should join. Otherwise we'll have a headache. This sound out. Really? He says all of you can learn dancing.
Guyana, I had 3 generations learning at one time.
Also?
3 generations.
Father, son,
grandfather and grandmother, then daughter, then the grandfather. All 3 generations.
Alright. Then those who want to join can join him also here. You'll find out a suitable timing. So you write it down, telephone to him, find out from him, and then we can advertise outside also for other people to come here. Alright? And whatever are his charges, we are going to pay him as the tradition of Sahajogis is. Those who want to learn. What? Are you thinking, David Proud?
Well, having a trio, Mother, yes. And a Gregoire as well.
That own actresses at Alright, whatever it is, he is willing to do it. And there is one Mr. Misraji who can teach you tabla if you want. We can ask him also to come and teach you tabla. There's another one I met was Amzad Ali kind of.
Arshad.
Huh?
Arshad.
Arshad Ali, who was playing the violin, he may teach you something.
That's Nawazish Ali.
Nawazish Ali. Nawazish Ali, the one who was playing violin, we can contact him also. He's a nice young man. As airport वर भेटले ते भावाला गेला ते 10 तारखेला त्याचा प्रोग्राम बघायचा होता कसं काय येत आहे. Like that, so you can learn from them also. Alright? So may God bless you. आपण आमचं खोली बिली बघा थोडी आणि मग त्याच्यानंतर आपला पत्ता या इथे शेजारी आहे. तुम्ही पत्ता बित्ता द्या ह्याला या. नाही मी इथे जरा ह्याला भेटते ना त्यांच्याशी प्रोग्राम ठरवते आपण.
अब हम श्री माता जी की आरती करेंगे. वी विल नाउ ऑफर आरती टू श्री माता जी. सबको दुआ देना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी, दिल में सदा रहना माँ, सबको दुआ देना, सबको दुआ देना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी, दिल में सदा रहना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। जग में संकट कारण कितने दिए अवतार माँ, कितने दिए अवतार। विश्व में तेरी महिमा, विश्व में तेरी महिमा। तू गंगा यमुना माँ, सबको दुआ देना, सबको दुआ देना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी, दिल में सदा रहना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। जो भी शरण में आया सुख ही मेरा उसको माँ, सुख ही मेरा उसको। बैठ के दिल में रो माँ, बैठ के दिल में रो माँ, लौट के ना जाना माँ, सबको दुआ देना, सबको दुआ देना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी, दिल में सदा रहना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। मानव में अवतर के कर दिया उजियारा माँ, कर दिया उजियारा। कलियुग में माया है, कलियुग में माया है, फिर भी पहचाना माँ, सबको दुआ देना, सबको दुआ देना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी, दिल में सदा रहना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। संतजनों की धरती है भारत माता, माँ है भारत माता। इस धरती पर आकर, इस धरती पर आकर दुख से दूर करना माँ, सबको दुआ देना, सबको दुआ देना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी, दिल में सदा रहना माँ, सबको साक्षात् श्री श्री माता जी, आपका कोटि कोटि धन्यवाद माँ कि आपने हमें आपके श्री चरणों की आराधना करने का ये अवसर प्रदान किया। थैंक यू श्री माता जी for giving us this chance to worship your holy lotus feet. Jai Shri Mata Ji.
Mataji. Thank you.